so now you guys are going to get to see why I was so concerned about the higher drop heights. So this is going to be our first run using the ladder. Step stool, sorry, it's not a ladder. Short people like me call this a ladder. This one Eric was able to do. We would have to have the step stool to tap that. But these down here are on the very end of our run. Whew. Man, it's slippery. And you're gonna see real quick why it was a good idea to drop the line down. So even though it was a pain in the butt to have to go through and redo the line a third time, it was worthwhile because this was, I don't know if you can see that white mark on the tree. It was above that. The line was above that, which meant the taps would have been up there. Eric stuck the first little hole in the line and there's air coming out of it already, even though it's not connected to anything.
It's done now. Must have just
stabilizing air pressure. Yeah. It's already pressurized.
Pretty
even
good sealed system if it's shooting air out.
Hopefully. So air was coming out or air was going in?
Out.
Alright, so we are going to show you how to install a saddle on your maple syrup main line. I'm gonna finish putting this guy on first. So this is our lateral, and here's a good example right here. This is the tap that goes into the tree.
The other line would probably be a lot easier.
Yeah, so this black poly tube is pretty tough stuff.
It's really thick.
And he has it marked on his little poker how far he needs to go.
5/16.
But how would you know how far to go on that?
On what?
On this.
This is 5/16.
I'm just gonna be careful and not go very far.
See, that tube is hard, dude.
So this is nice because it's got like a razor blade side on it.
Body reamer.
Body reamer? What's a body reamer?
Ooh, that's gonna be close to
going all the way through?
Yeah.
That's why I said you better check. Well, if you get part way through, you can probably finish it off with a drill, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't even risk it, dude.
It'll be pretty. I don't think it will. Nah.
So this is a tapered end, so he basically used his calipers to figure out where 5/16 was on this thing here.
Yep.
And marked it off with tape.
Really, really nice hole. These are what
I can't even focus on the hole.
We use these for RC car bodies.
Alright, so there's the hole if you can see it. But yeah, it's a nice clean hole. The only thing is, it's probably going to have like shavings and stuff in it.
No, the shavings come out.
Yeah?
They gotta go just a hair bit more.
Did you poke them through the bottom?
No,
I just saw it. I'm joking. So this is an actual saddle set that we purchased through Big Tom's Maple Supplies. There's two different types. You can get the plastic clip-on kind, or you can get the metal clamping kind like this. And I don't remember why we went with this one. Maybe that's just all he gave us. This is what he gave us, so. Now there's a rubber gasket.
I'm not for sure how tight to go.
I don't think you're supposed to go too tight. I think they said not to go too tight.
And then this will get pushed onto here.
Do you have to like clip it on and, or is that as tight as that goes on, or do you have to use a tool?
No, you gotta use a tool on
We
it.
got it right here. Well, I don't think it has to be on super tight because there's no pressure on it being pulled or anything like that. So as long as it's sealed. So anyway, that is how a saddle system works. Now, it seemed really complicated when we were trying to figure this out.
Try it on this one.
So how the saddle works is we have our laterals, and the laterals zigzag to the different maple trees. You can see they have not been tapped yet, the little loop. Those are the maple lines. See, here's a loop right here. And it's just on this little placeholder right now. So anyway, this is just a little stick nub that keeps it clean. And then your tap will go way up high on your tree, way above my head. Just because out here, that's where it's gonna go. And you can put it anywhere on the tree. So the vacuum is carried along the main line here into these lines and into this right here, the tap. But to do that, these laterals have a lot of tension and this main line has a lot of tension. So to prevent them from detensioning and retensioning each other, we have what's known as a little saddle, which basically transfers section from the main line and snakes it around to the laterals. So this is a saddle, and this is how you do it. You got a little gasket system here. I think Eric's making another over here. He's trying to figure out where he wants to go. So for every line of trees, they will get a saddle. And I think your saddle tubing is about 12 inches long. This is going to take some time to work through this black tubing here. So this is our gasket, which is a 90-degree elbow. And these hose clamps have a hole already drilled in them to be able to set that into. So this is the one area of woods that we will probably redo differently next year. After going through and trying to run gradient on all the trees, we're seeing that there's a little bit better path for the main line to travel down, which would hopefully give us a little bit better travel pattern to get our gradient. Because the gradient here ends so high up there, it means all of these guys are starting high, even though we took the highest ones down in the very back. See, these guys are going to be tapped over my head, but we had to get some way to get these trees out of here, so we're just going to suck it up, use a step stool to tap them this year, and then next year we can go through and curve the line down through the valley that way, and then run the lines down that hillside instead of trying to come down here and hit this flat valley. We'll just continue on through and hopefully get them that way. But this area here is kind of our worst area that we were trying to get done. Typically it's our highest producing area, so we didn't want to just leave it and not tap it this year. So definitely a work in progress. I know some of these lines look like they might not have gradient and that they're going uphill, but it's just the camera angle from where I'm standing. We did go through and check the angle on all these lines through here. So you can see down there, it's a lot easier to get gradient coming down that hill. So we'll just have to wait and see for this app to run to see how well the system is gonna flow. Alright, so we had a massive, completely massive windstorm. 60-mile-per-hour winds shooting through, snowstorm, ice, all that fun stuff. So I came back here earlier to check on stuff and realized I needed the chainsaw. First off, we have a tree across the front entrance. Not a huge deal. We're not driving through here anyway because we've got the main line running down here under the snow. And it's just buried in snow right now. But we got something else to show you. Yeah, that was a big one that fell. So we got that line down, and then this. So this is why we put in the breakaway zip ties. Right here, you can see the zip tie didn't break. I mean, zip ties break very easily in general. What?
A couple of them broke up here. Two
that
zip
one,
ties.
oh yeah, that little tree had one too. Probably this one, I would assume.
I don't know. I don't think we have to zip tie this. Further up.
All right, so let's release the tension. They have to cut in several places because it's all over the line. You can see the line's actually rising. Look at that. Look at it. It's pushing it back up. Oh, wait. You gotta get this too. That's why it came down. Poison ivy. There we go. Look at that, guys. Good as new. Oh, this one's the one I'm not sure if it's gonna bounce back. All right, how do you think it's gonna fare?
That's some good firewood.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Here.
All fixed, guys.
He is so full of BS right now. This is way deeper than 5 foot. I mean, wish me luck. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. Ooh, it just hit 0 degrees Celsius. You just missed the almost fiasco, and this is what he did last time and nearly flipped the whole thing off. Yeah, if he drops that sucker, that's not gonna be good.